6:53, time for the morning sprint.
The Middleton Cross Plains Area School District is closing today because of a network disruption. In a news release, a district spokesperson says some critical operations like phone and internet systems aren't fully functional. Cybersecurity experts are working on the problem.
The search for 3-year-old Elijah Vu continues this morning as the two primary suspects are scheduled to be in court today on child neglect charges. Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, and an acquaintance, Jesse Vang, are both facing charges in this case. Prosecutors say Bauer gave her child over to Vang for disciplinary action. The search for Vu has now been extended also to the Wisconsin Dells, where Vang lives.
In Washington, D.C., a man is in critical condition after setting himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy. He identified himself as a member of the U.S. Air Force in a video of the incident. He also said in that video he would not be complicit in what he calls a genocide. He can be heard yelling, "Free Palestine."
Presidential candidates are campaigning in Michigan ahead of tomorrow's primary. Nikki Haley is keeping her promise to stay in the race after that defeat in her home state of South Carolina over the weekend by former President Trump. Meanwhile, President Biden is facing pushback from Michigan voters who have all started a campaign to vote uncommitted over his handling of the Israel-Hamas war.
The White House says President Biden is meeting with top congressional leaders in both parties tomorrow. Part of the negotiations will be on avoiding an imminent government shutdown. The president is also asking the House to pass a Senate bill with $60 billion in aid for Ukraine. Former President Trump says he opposes the funding, making passage difficult.
For the first time, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky publicly acknowledged that 31,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed more than 2 years since Russia's invasion. He also suggested that the failed counteroffensive last year may have been caused by information leaked to Russia, all while asking for aid, which has been tied up in Congress.
There's one more meeting about police body cameras before the Dane County Sheriff launches its pilot program. You can bring questions or concerns about the program to Middleton Town Hall Wednesday night at 6. The program will run for 1 year. 32 deputies will wear them to record their interactions with community members.
5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, it's going to be another unseasonably mild day. In fact, we could be talking about some records today and definitely tomorrow with temperatures well into the 60s. But we do have a chance of some strong, maybe even some severe storms developing late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Then a winter blast comes our way, it looks like by Wednesday, changing that rain over to some snow early in the morning. Looking at clear skies this morning, temperatures in the low 50s here at the noon hour, just a few clouds rolling through as we get into the low 60s. It will be breezy today, but that southerly wind pushing us up close to record highs. The record high today is 61. Southerly winds up there at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, likely break the record as we get up to 66. We do have an alert day for the potential for some severe weather. It looks like it'll be isolated, but we'll keep our eyes on that.
Yeah, Kelly's going to keep tracking it for us. Thank you, Kelly. Enjoy that sun out there this morning, folks. We're back in half an hour with another news and weather update.